Right back now, 7:42, and a little music from the Rolling Stones. It's been half a century since the legendary band first got together. Now, as part of their 50th anniversary, they're touring, and HBO is releasing a new documentary called Crossfire Hurricane. It follows the Rolling Stones' journey from music outlaws to popular icons. And that's where we started when we sat down with the band. Let us start where the documentary starts, okay? I was fascinated by this. First thing you're asked in the documentary is, okay, we're going to be going back to the 60s and 70s here. How much do you really remember?
Everything.
Yeah.
Especially when you see the film.
You're reinforced.
Cheating.
Your memories are clear on all this? We're not going to be fudging any of this, making any of this up? Charlie?
Yeah, not much.
Let me get a couple of adjectives out there that have been used to describe this band, okay? Neanderthals?
that was the beginning. At the beginning, we were always called Neanderthals. That was a compliment.
Did you take it as a compliment at the time?
They were such good hunters, but ultimately flawed.
And primitive and real.
The sexiest band in rock and roll?
Yeah.
They're so ugly, they're appealing.
There you go.
There you go. What
There
can
you
we
go.
say
How can you
about
beat that?
In the mid-'60s, the ugly appeal of the Rolling Stones was plain to see at their concerts. The self-appointed bad boys of the music industry were tapping into a youthful rebellion that was close to exploding.
There was something in the air, and I guess we were the focus of it. After all, if you're pissed off with something, you got to find a focus for it, and I guess we were there at the right time for that.
One way or another, though, the Trouble did in some ways become part of the DNA of the band, it seems. All right, so we'll do a little bit of a survey here. Raise your hand if you've been arrested.
Raise your hand. Raise your hand.
How many times?
Well,
Only Keith and I out of this four of us have been arrested.
Who holds the record on this?
Squeaky
group,
clean,
Keith?
these guys.
And Ronnie and Charlie have never been arrested. That's your question.
Is it safe to say Keith probably holds the record for this?
Probably. I would know without a doubt.
Did you like the persona you had developed and created, or at some point did you wish you could be something different?
Charlie hasn't had a go yet. Go on.
What, one to have a go on?
Well, that's a good question for you.
I think it came natural.
I never took any notice of it, particularly. That's never something I thought about. I just love playing in a band. I love playing the drums. I love playing
you've got to remember, Matt, what brought us together at the beginning was playing music. That was our mission. Our mission wasn't to be rebellious and to be socially
To turn people onto the blues, and to rhythm and blues, and to the wonderful music that America had on its own doorstep but wasn't listening to.
The heartache and the pain that soaked into the blues tradition they loved became a familiar part of the Stones' story. Ronnie, I was reading an interview you did recently, and you said that one of the things that was hard for you in one of the tours recently, when you were struggling with sobriety, was in some ways being around Keith.
Yeah, well, alcohol and drugs is like an old friend, you know. Keith's like an old friend, so, you know, it's hard to say goodbye to another old friend. But luckily, my old friend, in reality, is still there.
A Rolling Stones song.
Isn't that before they make me
If
run?
it's not, it's really well.
Did you realize that, though, Keith, that it might be hard for Ronnie to be around
if you
that?
want to stick around with the Stones, you've got to take the rough with the smooth, you know?
Mostly rough in Ronnie's case.
Yeah, at least I didn't leave in a wooden box, you know?
There is that.
Oh, blimey, it's getting really rough around the middle now.
Yeah, watch out, I'm coming over there.
Who said we'd make it out of wood?
Mick, you talk about how that extroverted character that we have all seen on the stage is just one part of you, and that you don't want to be that guy all the time.
Well, that'd be unbearable, you know.
As you get a little older, is it harder to flip the switch and bring that guy back?
No, it's easier, I think.
How?
Well, you just get more practice. You've had more practice at it.
He just becomes the other one when there's more than 8 people in the room.
Yeah.
And if
a girl comes in.
And if we're playing, you know, behind him, that's it. He's the best at it.
Let me end on fame, okay? You guys have lived it. You guys, in some ways, embody it. What does it mean to each one of you?
When we started off, I think that we wanted to be musicians first and famous second, but we knew that if we were successful, fame would come our way, and we always knew that. And so you have to accept that.
I look at it like an adventure to cherish, you know? It's good fun to put it out and give back what they try to give us, you know?
Gotta love the Rolling Stones. For their 50th anniversary celebration, the Stones will play live concerts in London and here in the New York area. You can also catch them on pay-per-view. As for the documentary Crossfire Hurricane, it airs tonight on HBO.